Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. I'm really excited to show you this truck. It's really a very special 1992 Ram 2500. It's the Club Cab LE long bed. It's powered by the 12 valve Cummins 5.9 engine. I've got it running right now. I'll give you a look and then we'll shut it off. Got the intercooler, a PDR upgrade on the cold air intake. It did something minor to the turbocharger, and it has some Marine 360 horse injectors. It's got the stock exhaust on it, and you're going to see as we go around this truck how original it is. It's got the original rear bumper and receiver. It came from Washington. Let's shut it off. I want to let you look at the interior. The tires are BF Goodrich mud terrains. $167,000 miles. And there's a lot of these trucks out there that have 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles. But what's amazing about this truck, it's unrestored. It's an original. The seats are original. You got a little wear right here. They're just in amazing condition. You got a couple little cracks right here on the armrest. The dash, I've never seen a Dodge with a more perfect dash as far as it's just not cracked. And you can see where the dye is kind of rubbed off in a few places over the years. The air conditioning blows cold. This is the generation of the 12 valve. It's one of my favorite ones. It has the intercooler and the 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. It also has the fold down jump seats in the back with seat belts for the little ones. The transfer case is the 205 gear drive, which is super strong, and a lot of the rock crawler guys would find these trucks in a wrecking yard all rusted out, and they'd rob the Dana 60 front axle, they'd rob the Dana 60 rear axle, and they'd rob that transfer case. And the 12 valve would end up in a rat rod somewhere. But this truck's amazing. We're gonna go completely over it. It's just, there's no rust. And this truck has the original paint and the original pinstripe. And the pinstripe is fading in a few places. It's certainly not perfect. But overall, this thing's just really super nice. The rockers are solid. You just don't see a Dodge without any rust. I've looked at a lot of them, and this one's pretty amazing. The rubber around the windows, the windshield is good. The hood is starting to fade right in the center. It's dull. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but on that metal rib that runs down, it's real thin. And there's some spotting basically just from being in the sun. The silver down the sides is in very good shape. The moldings are good. The bumpers aren't dented or beat up. The rubber is all real good. Under the hood, it's very sanitary. It's basically original wiring. All the stickers are there. The mechanical fuel injection pump is there. And I did run the AC and it works good. It's still got the insulation, and it's got the equipment identification where it was ordered with power front disc brakes, 4-speed automatic, 205 transfer case, 350 axle ratio. Rear is a Dana Spicer 70. The front is a Dana Spicer 60. It's a kingpin front end. It's got auxiliary rear springs. And these trucks were built, really overbuilt back in the day. They're very heavy duty. And the modifications that were done were just done to give it a little bit more oomph. The story on this truck, a gentleman in Washington, he had a ranch. He bought the truck new. And that's why you see one of these with power windows and power door locks. It's because he checked all the boxes on the LE model. Normally you don't see these with those options. But this was his truck that he went to town in, went to church in. He kept it inside a building where he had his some of his coveted tractors and equipment. It wasn't a barn, it was actually a heated building. He did have a work truck that he used on the ranch, but when he went to town, he drove this truck. This truck has never had a gooseneck ball in the bed. It just hasn't been worked. It's got the Rhino spray-in bed liner, sliding rear window. It does have a receiver hitch on the back, so I'm sure they probably pulled a few little trailers with it. But look at that bumper. I mean, it's the original bumper, and it's just not dented up. It's just it's amazing. It's really amazing. There's some patina going on back here by some of the clear coat or paint is kind of bubbling up. Some of the Rhino liners coming off the edge of the tailgate. There's a little clear coat coming off right here. But these moldings, just look down the side of this truck. I don't know if, see how this comes out in the video. They're all on the truck very well. You can see a little bit of fading on the pinstripe. The door panel on the passenger side looks perfect. I mean, it's amazing. The armrest is perfect. The seat is really perfect. And again, look at that dash. I've just had a bunch of these Dodges, and I've just never had one that really looked this good. The console is good. The doors, the door jambs. It's kind of a navy blue and silver. I hate to say it's Dallas Cowboy colors because they're not doing that good this year. You can see the large Dana 60 locking hub. Good set of BF Goodrich mud terrains. There are some scratches right here. Don't know the story behind it, but we elected not to repair it as the truck is original paint. You can see some fading on this stripe going down the truck, and I don't know if you can see on the hood now, see how it's kind of dull right there in the middle. My paint correction guy said he could buff on it, but it was so thin it was just going to kind of rub through. The grill's in very good shape. It does have a crack right here, you can see, but it's the original grill. And the front leading edge of the hood has quite a few rock chips all the way down. See if you can see those in the video. It's just normal wear and tear for 160,000 miles. The headlights have been changed to Hella lights, which are a little bit brighter. Turn signals are in pretty good shape. There's a little small crack right there. But again, I just can't get over the bumpers. I'm going to put this truck up in the air and get a bunch of pictures underneath. But if you're looking for a special, really a unicorn, club cab, LE, four-wheel drive, Dana 60 up front, Dana 70 in the rear, NP 205 transfer case, and an intercooled 5.9 Cummins motor with a few little PDI tricks, namely injectors, a little bit of turbo work, and a cold air intake. Man, this is your opportunity to have a really, really special truck. And I wish I had room in my stable because I would keep this truck. Again, I've seen a bunch of these, and this is the most original Survivor that I think I've ever seen. I mean, the bed's not beat up. It just hasn't been worked. I mean, how many people bought these trucks back in the day and didn't work them? I mean, they beat the beds off of them and put flatbeds on them, and literally the cab would disintegrate around that 12-valve motor. And the only thing left would be the frame and the motor, and everything else would be just rotted away. But this one's still there, hasn't been restored, and it's original. Pretty cool. It has been well maintained. I got the truck with a Washington title. I actually got it from the son. His dad, when he passed away, the son got the truck. And the son actually had the radiator changed to a lifetime aluminum. And then he had the PDI minor modifications done to it. Changed the oil, used a Rotella, and it just wasn't a fit for his growing family. But he did want to keep it because it was his dad's truck, but he finally decided it was time to let it go. But somebody's going to get him an amazing truck. I'm Bronco Bob with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. This truck will be on Bring a Trailer, and the last bidder hopefully can take it home. Have a great day. I'm Bronco Bob, wishing you happy trails. You can tell I'm excited about this truck because it really is special. Thanks again.